Tina, please take it away.
Hi, welcome to NANOG 81. We are virtual once again. This is our third virtual meeting in a row. Fortunately, of course, my slides aren't moving now. Sorry, one sec. Aren't the slides moving?
In case anybody wonders, this is why we pre-record most of the talks.
This is why we pre-record. We have 742 registered attendees, and apparently those numbers are growing rapidly this morning when the reminder emails are going out. An advantage of virtual versus in-person, no plane tickets, so you can join at the last minute. I hope many of those are with us at this time. Of those, 610 were complimentary. We have changed this each meeting, trying to accommodate our population as best we can. Going virtual, this is our third attempt at it. There's been a lot of positives today. There's no line for the coffee bar. Nobody's complaining about missing their Super Bowl party in their neighborhood. We're not at blame for that, at least. And but most importantly, we're getting better at virtual meetings, making our platform more accessible for people that cannot travel when we go back to in-person. And I think that's including speakers, how we have a wider variety of speakers. And I hope these are lessons learned that we will carry forward in the years to come when we go back to in-person meetings. Special thank you to our sponsors. Our virtual host, VeriSign, could not speak today, but I wanted to take a moment just to say about sponsors in general. Our meeting fees do not cover the costs of salary, event hosts, various things, licensing, various things that NANOG needs to survive. Our sponsors are critical to our survival, and VeriSign has shown as their role as a steward of the internet, a commitment to NANOG, even when we're virtual, and we really appreciate that. That extends to our additional sponsors, our premium sponsors, Fastly, Aaron, and VeriSign. Without these sponsors, we would not be able to throw this meeting. Our virtual meeting sponsors, Internet Society, and today's our daily sponsor is Telecent. We have scavenger hunts to go with our expo this year, and so you'll see that, and game sponsors. We're trying to make this more interactive and more interesting. The virtual expo is up. Please take some time, go visit those booths. There's some interesting stuff to do there. And, we want to extend the courtesy to all these sponsors of taking some time and looking at what they've provided. Thank you. And we have service sponsors, Cloudflare, ICS, and Server Central. COVID-19, we are still planning for an in-person meeting at NANOG 82. I recognize this is optimistic, but the news is changing almost daily in regards to vaccines and the CDC guidelines. So we are monitoring. We will provide information to the community as soon as anything's finalized. I wouldn't buy a plane ticket, but we are doing our best to have an in-person meeting when we can. I hope that'll be in 2021. If it can't, we'll continue the virtual meetings. The virtual meeting will continue to be robust regardless. If we have an in-person, we recognize that a good portion of population may not be able to attend. We'll monitor CDC guidelines. Safety is our #1 concern for the community. We will not have a meeting if it's not deemed to be safe. And I will hand it over to you, Steve.
All right, thank you, Tina. So I am the program committee chair, so I'll be taking you through the rest of the morning. Let's see. So we have 16 peer-reviewed presentations, including the keynotes, a couple of panels, and 1 or 2 lightning talks. The peer review is done by the program committee, which is a group of currently 25 of us who are selected from NANOG's members. If you're interested in being in the program committee, this is a good time to listen up because we are currently accepting nominations for the new class of PC members. The nominations are open through tomorrow evening, I believe. You do need to be a member, but joining is easy. So if you're interested, please go to our website and look it up or speak to any of the other PC or board or staff members and let us know, and we'll help guide you through the process. The program committee is self-governing in that we elect our own leadership and make up our own rules. We don't accept interference from the board or from our sponsors or pretty much anybody else other than you, the members, as to what you want to see during a meeting. So it's a good way to learn a lot about the industry and a good way to influence what actually happens during these NANOG programs. Next slide, please. We have a virtual chat feature this time, which is similar to the one we used last time, except this time it might even work in that it doesn't scroll back on you randomly. There are 3 tabs. The chat tab is to talk to other attendees about whatever you want. The Q&A tab is specifically to ask questions of the current speaker. The speaker will have an opportunity to answer these questions after the pre-recorded portion of the talk. And then if you need help with anything, go to the help tab and somebody in the staff will assist you. We have the agenda and all the presentation materials posted on the website. I think the slides go live when the talk starts. We also have a few sessions that are not part of the main program, but are still part of the virtual conference. Newcomers, women in technology, BOF networking sessions, and a few other fun things like games. These will all be taking place on Zoom, and there should be links to those in the online agenda as well. Next slide. During the course of the meeting, we're going to have a couple of online polls. Certainly we'll have one Wednesday morning during the community meeting. There may be some others. So if you want to take part in these polls, you can just go to this URL, pollev.com/nanog, and you can sign up or not as you see fit, and you can participate in the polls when the time comes. There will be reminders when the polls go live. I want to take a moment to thank all of the program committee members. There are too many to read here, or we go into tomorrow. But I especially want to call out Kat Gurinsky and Augie Mitev, who are the vice chair and secretary of the program committee, who helped me a lot in putting together the program this time around. And I'm sure we'll be around to put together great programs in the future. For those who don't know, this is my last meeting on the program committee because my term limit is up. But I want to thank everybody here for making my time so fun and enjoyable and productive. Next slide, please. There will be surveys. What is a NANOG without begging you to fill out surveys? So we'll be doing that periodically throughout the time. Nice quick URL. There will be daily surveys available for each day. And if you participated in the hackathon yesterday, there's a survey for that. Please fill it out. You have until this Friday, it looks like, to fill out the surveys. And one more slide, I think. Yes, that's it. Enjoy the program, please.